All right. You know what? I think I just had a breakthrough moment in my journey to reduce type 2 diabetes. So last night, something happened that hasn't happened before. My blood sugar went down in the 4 millimoles or 70 in the 70s of milligrams. I've been measuring my blood sugar with a CGM now for 11 days, and this is the first time I've seen something resembling normal levels, even though it was only for 45 minutes or so. And it is worth mentioning that I'm far from recovered, but this is exciting stuff because I think that all of my efforts are working. It seems so anyway, but I just don't know which one it is and or which one has the best effect. But do I really care? Nah, I feel better, and my CGM suggests that I'm getting better. But just to get that out of the way, nothing on this channel is medical advice. I'm just a 50-year-old guy on the internet trying to fix his health and get rid of type 2 diabetes. You should talk to a professional, but... And there's no but. I just wanted to say last night's numbers make me really optimistic that I'm doing the right things. But you should talk to a doctor. So what happened? Well, let me first rewind to last night. And at around just before 9 in the evening, 9 p.m., I felt focused and I felt clear, which is generally unusual at that time of the day or at night. So obviously, I pick up my phone and I check my CGM, and it says 6.4 millimoles, which is 115 milligrams. And that is a lower level for me late in the day. And at that moment, I was working and I was focused, like ADHD style, if you know what I mean. And it felt good. And now I feel kind of great. So, but it was a 9, and just after 9 o'clock, I always take my dogs for a walk. So, well, out you go. Out I went. And I felt really sharp that evening. I felt present, I felt focused, I felt good, and I actually felt so good that I ended up walking double as far as I normally do with the dogs in the evening. But then during the night, the most amazing thing happened. First, my blood sugar never went above 7 or 126. But there were several times during the night when it dropped down in the 5s, and at some point it dropped all the way down into the 4s and all the way down to 4.1, which is 73 milligrams. And that is levels of a normal and healthy person. Am I healthy? Of course not. But I was so excited when I woke up this morning and I saw this number, and I was like, I woke up my wife and was like, hey, look at this. And honestly, she was mostly annoyed over my enthusiasm and waking her up. I always get up first. But, once she got up and woke up, of course, she was excited for me as well. So what does it mean? Well, again, I'm not a doctor, but until now, I've been stuck in nighttime blood sugar up in the 7s and sometimes even up in the 8s. And that's even when I have had clean eating days, which basically I've had the last 2 weeks by now. But this is like the first real sign that my insulin resistance is improving. And it probably means, again, I'm not a doctor, but it probably means that my liver is calming down and that my body is starting to regulate itself again and becoming metabolic flexible, or at least moving towards that, which obviously is the goal here. Now, I can't say for certain what helped, but what I've done differently this week is celery juicing in the morning and the low-carb meals throughout the day, lots of walks. I do breath works before bed. I try to meditate, which reminds me I haven't done that today. And I have early dinners. I have no food, absolutely no food later than 7 and in the evening, and preferably my last meal at 6 o'clock. So how did this experience or this night make me feel? Well, mentally, I feel better. I worked better in that evening, and when I woke up, I woke up, with a clear head and not really sluggish and without brain fog for once. And I am starting to understand how my brain and my body feels when my blood sugar is stable and a little bit, when it's like stable and a little bit lower. And it seems to me once that I get past 7.3 millimoles or 131, things really stop for me. When I'm under 7.3 or 131, I seem to function pretty okay. But once I go, above 7.3, it gets difficult. Or when I really get below 6.4 or 115, that's when I it's like a fire. I'm taking off, and I can't wait to see how I feel and how things goes when I get my numbers even lower, because they are coming. They will come. I'm going to continue this, and yes, I will get my numbers down. So yes, obviously I'll keep on going. I have several more days to do with the celery juice, and of course there's not even any questions of will I change my diet or will I keep the diet that I have now. Thanks to my wonderful wife, which makes this easier, I get really, really tasty food. Yet, it is super healthy. It is low carb, moderate fat. It has some carbs, but it really keeps my blood sugar in check, and it is so tasty. In the next video, I'm probably going to show you, I bought this cookbook from... what's his name? There's a guy on Instagram. It's not here. Okay. I'll show it in a later video. But he makes amazing food that really works for this journey of mine, fixing my blood sugar, fixing my type 2 diabetes. So yeah, today, for the first time, I felt like something shifted, and I'm really filled with hope and excitement to keep on going. And to be honest, it hasn't been as hard as I imagined, maybe. And I've been contemplating a little bit of that, about that, because I think I really prepared myself mentally for hell. And therefore, I probably was approaching this process unafraid and with a I will fix this attitude. And it seems to be working, and I'm excited to see what my CGM numbers are for the coming night and the coming nights. And maybe not as hard as I expected, but of course, it's not easy either. It does require time and attention, focus on food, and a whole bunch of stuff. But the hell I was expecting didn't come, at least not yet. That's all for day 6, I think it is, for my video journal, figuring out and navigating through type 2 diabetes and my insulin sensitivity. And if you're like me, old, fat, and sick, why don't you say hi in the comments below? And I think it is great to find other people who are in similar situations so we can support each other, have a community, and, discuss what we're doing and stuff. And I don't know, maybe there's like 5, 6, 7 of you watching this. And if anyone of you are like me, say hi. All right. That's all I had for this one. See you in the next one.